The disease of our age, the mental disease of our age, is anxiety. This is recognized by every psychological, psychiatric association. I mean, you don't have to listen to what those characters say. Just walk out in the street and watch people. The media promotes anxiety. Life promotes anxiety. Severe economic competition promotes anxiety. Anxiety happens in here. As you can drop your chi down into your belly, a lot of your anxiety just goes away because the circuits from your brain that have to complete in your body start completing them, as opposed to just leaving them out there like a live wire dangling in the wind. Do you understand what I just said? So this business about getting the midriff to drop is really going to be more about the fact that it's going to start drawing the chi out of your head and have it go back into your body. Now, the hips in Tai Chi are very important. There's a whole thing about the area from here to here, and your hips about they always move as one unit in everything that you do. Okay? But the hips are also very important because beside the fact that they're essential to balance, they're also essential to allowing things not to build up in the head. If your pelvis cannot release what's in it down to the floor, some of that's going to back up into your head and talk about anxiety, talk about tensions, whatever all the mental bullshit is, of which you could go on for months on end if you want to talk about mental disease. But one of the things that happens is that when you want to get this release, what you're looking for is that this is the hip socket, this is the ball. And with a lot of people, it starts getting jammed up into one side or the other. Let this go on long enough, and you get a hip. You have to have a hip replacement, and you start getting all sorts of difficulties. But part of what you're trying to do is that in all the motions, is that you're trying to get this downward thing from your leg to open up this space so it can move freely. If we get real, the vast majority of people who do Tai Chi in the West and do it for health or something, they do very often incorporate strength training. Okay, because it's good for your bones, and there's all sorts of research that shows that if you do some degree of resistance training, that when you get older, then you don't have as many falls. But that person is talking about doing Tai Chi as a martial art. They're not talking about it purely for health. Now, if you want to really go the route of Qi, you don't do resistance training. But not everybody wants to purely go that route. So then they kind of have to make up their own mind. Greeks were very, 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 very clear that even if a person were the student, the disciple, the mentoree, they can pass down everything they knew. Okay? And that's like an artist. They can pass down, what's the square, what's this brush, what's that brush, what's, whatever. And you can absolutely state that without that instruction, the person probably never would have figured it out on their own. But at the end of the day, every person who becomes a master of one kind or another takes it all in, and they find their own way that it makes sense to them and that they can pass it on.